Hey guys, I am Anthony the Phone Guy, and today I've got the Galaxy J7. What we're going to do is a setup, so we're going to skip through all the front menus and everything and get you to where your phone's going to be working. So we'll go ahead and get it started off in English right here, so we'll just click the blue button to keep going. Right here, so this diagnostic data is optional. Whenever there's an option, whenever it's optional to set something up on your phone, I always turn it off. Because usually that just means they're making more money out of you. Oops, accidentally hit the back button there. Let's keep going. So, I don't have a SIM card in this one right now, so I'm just going to use my Wi-Fi real quick. Just get this connected. Okay, so now it's connected. So, right here is where you can set up to swap your data over, but we're actually going to skip this for now. The reason we're going to skip it is because you can't get any phone calls or get any text messages, anything like that while you're doing the setup right here. So my best advice is just skipping through this setup pretty much as fast as you can. Then we're going to go back to swap out over your data in a second here. So now it's just checking for updates and all that kind of stuff. All the junk you have to do on a brand new phone. So the reason that I'm doing the J7 here, so this one's actually your Google page. You don't have to sign in here, so we're just going to skip that again. Yeah, and we will skip that for later. So the reason I'm doing a setup on the Galaxy J7 is because this phone is honestly, I think, going to be around for a good little while. It's a phone that's a couple years old, and I usually don't recommend getting a phone that's a couple years old. But this is one of the last Samsung phones that still has the home button on it, which makes it really important for people that want to keep on to that physical button at the bottom. Personally, I don't think it's a big deal for myself, but I do know that there are quite a few people that do really prefer having that physical home button down at the bottom. This is one of the last Samsungs that does it. Also, the price point on it is super cheap. So, what we're going to do, I usually leave location on, scanning though. That one, I can just go ahead and turn it off. Also, I don't send diagnostic data. And then basically this one you just have to accept, so we're just going to go ahead and tap accept right there. This one right here is where we can set up a password or something for your phone. I'm just going to do not now, then we'll go ahead and skip that. I'll do another video showing you guys how to get a password on the front page of this Galaxy J7 here. So now it's just finishing up. Alright, again, email setup. Super easy to set up in a minute here, so we're going to skip it. This is the security and privacy. Basically, if I undo it, we can skip it right here, and then I don't have to deal with the Verizon security. The reason I'm not doing the Verizon security is because Samsung already has it. Next, it's a Samsung account. We can skip this for now as well. Now it says the phone is ready to go. Alright, wants me to update the My Verizon app, but I really don't want to. So I just hit the back button, and now we are in. So, it's the front page of the J7 right here and everything. We're able to make any phone calls and that kind of stuff. The very first thing you're going to want to do pretty much though is signing into your Google account. The way I do that is just hitting the Play Store option, and then it'll load for a second, and then it'll just have you sign into your Google account. This is an Android phone, so if you don't have a Google account, you will have to make one. That's the way that you get your apps. It also will back up your contacts. Quite a few options that it does for free with Google. Next thing I wanted to show you guys is how to transfer your data. So I'm sure you guys saw there was a little notification that popped up that said you can bring data from your old device, but what we're actually going to do is just go to the settings right here. Now that we're inside of the settings, I'm going to scroll down a little bit to the accounts and backup. Now that we're there, we can click the smart switch. And it needs us to download it, so we'll download that app really quickly. And then once we're inside of the Smart Switch app, you guys can really see how easy it is to end up transferring your data. So let's go ahead and get it open. And then if anybody was curious about the price of the J7, I will have a link to Amazon down in the description. That way you guys can check it out if this is a phone you're kind of looking at. So we're just going to do agree right here. Allow for everything that they want to do, which is kind of annoying. So we'll do let's go. Now it asks what kind of old phone you have. So, if you're getting a Galaxy, in most situations you probably already had a Galaxy, and that's why you're getting another one. So, we'll start with that option. We'll just click there really quickly. Now it says we need to get connected with either wireless or a cable. Wireless is basically always better. So, we're going to end up doing wireless. And then I'm going to grab my personal phone right here. I'm using the Galaxy S20 Plus right now. I'm going to open up Smart Switch. So now on this phone I'm just going to click Send Data, and we're going to do wireless. Now the phones are getting connected. You can hear that little hissing noise, and that's the phones connecting right there. We're going to go ahead and do Allow, and now they're getting connected all the way. Now I'll be able to choose all the data that I want to send over, which I just select all every time. I don't know why, but I feel like I need those texts from when I sold that kayak on Craigslist 5 years ago and all that kind of stuff. So basically we're finished up right there, so we'll just go ahead and close it, disconnect the devices, so that way I can show you what to do in case you have an iPhone. So if you have an iPhone, we're going to click Smart Switch. We are going to receive the data, and then we're going to click iPhone. So basically, the way that you do it is you just connect your iPhone cable to the Galaxy J7. Or, if you have been backing your iCloud information up, you can click right down here at the bottom where it says Get Data from iCloud instead. And that should just have an option to where you sign in with your iCloud account. Oh, went a little too quick there. So that you just sign into your iCloud account right there, and then Samsung takes all the data that it can from Apple. So these are pretty much the first steps that you'll want to do on your Galaxy J7. If you have any questions or you want to see some different things on the Galaxy J7, please let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to make a video on it. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.